this position. So pushing the chest away from the floor, think about keeping that distance between the chest and the floor the same. We're going to take a breath in, and then breathing out, we're going to engage as we take that heel back and push towards the wall. Breathing in, we're controlling back down. So we're breathing out as we push that heel back. Breathing in as we control back down. So try and be a little bit more explosive as we push that heel back, and then nice and slowly control as we come back under. We're going to do 2 more. And then I'm going to get you to keep the band on your right foot, but you're going to take the band into your left hand this time. And we're going to do the same movement again. So again, you want a fair amount of tension. Hands are roughly underneath your shoulders, push the chest away from the floor. Breath in, breathing out, pushing the heel back. Breathing in as you control back under. Try to stay fairly still through the lower back with these. We're going to do 2 more. And then we're going to swap over and do the same on the other side. So put that band onto your left foot. And again, we're going to start with the band in the same hand. So start with that band on that left side as well. Again, a little bit of tension. Nice 4-point kneel position, pushing that chest away from the floor. Breathing out, engage. Push that heel back towards the wall. Breathing in as you control back under. So don't worry about how high you're taking that leg. We're trying to be nice and controlled through the lower back. We're going to do 2 more. And then we're going to swap that band over into the right hand this time. So again, tension on the band, hand on the mat, pushing that chest away from the floor. Breath in, breathing out as we push the heel back. Breathing in as you control back under. Keep that chest up away from the floor. Tummy gently pulled in. We're going to do 2 more. And then we're just going to put that band up and put it to the side. And I'm going to get you to come down onto your tummy, and we're just going to do a little forearm plank exercise. So you want your elbows underneath your shoulders, pushing away from the floor with the chest, thinking about sliding the shoulder blades back and down, and you're going to have your toes tucked underneath at the back. So you're going to take your breath in. Breathing out, we're going to engage, so pull the tummy in, think about tucking that tailbone under, and we're going to lift those hips up off of the floor, and then we're going to lift the knees up. So from here, we're going to do some little side toe taps. So we're going to take the foot out to the side, and back to the center, and then same on the other side. So breathing out, breathing in, just nice and controlled movements. Good, we're just going to do 1 more on each side. And then we're going to come back down to the floor. Breath in. And we're going to do the same thing again. So slide those shoulder blades down, pull the tummy in, tuck the tailbone, hips up, then the knees, and then we're doing our little side taps. We'll do one more to each side, and then control back down. And then we're just going to do one more of those. So same thing again, pushing away from the floor, tummy pulled in, tuck that tailbone, hips up, and then the knees. We'll do two more to each side. And then come back down to the floor. We're just going to come into our little shelf stretch. Have a little bit of a breather. Nice relaxed breath in. Good. So I'm going to get you to grab a piece of band and you're going to pop it around your legs and you want it just below your knees. Okay. And then we're going to come back into our 4-point kneel position. So band just underneath the knees into 4-point kneeling. So we're going to do a little bit of work in our leg pull position. So hands roughly underneath the shoulders again, pushing away from the floor, toes tucked under at the back. So we're going to take a breath in and then breathing out, we're going to engage and we're going to float those knees up off the floor. So in this position here, we're just going to take both knees out to the side, just gently pushing into that band and then control as we come back in. So we're going to breathe out, so just gently push out to the band, breathing in as we come back in. So it's not a huge movement, just really gently pushing the knees out to the side and control back in. We're going to do two more. And then control the knees back down. Breath in, and we're just going to do one more of those. So toes tucked under, floating the knees up, breathing out, pushing the knees out to the side, breathing in as we control back in. We're going to do two more. And then lower those knees back down. Just give those wrists a little bit of a rest. And we're going to do one more exercise in that position. So come in back into that 4-point kneel position. Again, we're going to have the toes tucked under. This time, I'm going to get you to float your knees up off of the floor. And then we're going to do one leg lift, putting tension on the band. Control as we come down. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. And we're going to do two lifts on each side before we come back down to the floor. And we're going to do that twice more. So pushing the chest away from the floor, tummy in, float those knees. Float one leg back, control down. So try not to lift those hips up. Think about hovering the knees off of the floor and control back down. And then we're just going to do one last one. Push away from the floor, float those knees. Bring the knees down, walk your hands out, and then just sit back for that shell stretch. Nice, relaxed breaths. And then we're going to come into side line, but I'm going to get you to keep that band on. I want it just above your knees. So grab your small towel, and you want to be in a nice side lying position. And as I said, just have that band above the knees this time, and we're going to do a little bit of glute work. So nice neutral position, have your knees bent, you want your foot, hip and shoulder in a nice straight line, and that towel underneath the head. Think about having those hips stacked. We're going to float the feet up and start with our plans at level 2. So we're going to take a breath in, breathing out, floating that top knee up towards the ceiling, breathing in as we slowly come back down again. Breathing out as we float up, breathing in as we control back down. So nice relaxed movements, try not to force the knee too high. We're going to do one more. And then I'm going to get you to keep your feet where they are, float that top knee to hip height, and then you're going to straighten that leg out in front of you. And we're going to do our little leg lifts and lowers from here. So if you find it easier, have that hand on the hip. So we're going to breathe out as we take the foot down towards the floor. Breathing in as we float up and tension the band. Breathing out as we come down. Breathing in as we push up into the band. So try and keep relaxed through the shoulders and the neck. Good, we're going to do one more. And then you're going to bring those feet together and lower back down to the floor. So we're going to stay on this side, we're going to keep the band where it is, and we're going to do our little leg lifts that we did last week as well. So we're keeping the knee bent, hips stacked one on top of the other, breath in, and then as we breathe out, we're floating that top leg up towards the ceiling, breathing in as we come back down, breathing out as we float back up again. So if you want to make it harder, then just don't bring that knee all the way down, just hover that leg and then push back up to the top. So again, don't worry about how far you're going, keep relaxed through the upper body. We're just going to do one more. And then I'm going to get you to take your top leg out of your band, and we're going to have our legs straight and have it at hip height. So we're going to do 10 little pulses with that leg at hip height, some nice controlled movement up and down for 10. And then we're going to do 10 little circles in each direction as well. So just imagine, dinner plate size circles. You can nice and long through that leg. We'll do 10 one way, and then 10 the other. Try not to do it too quickly. And then when you've done, just bring that knee up, a little bit of a stretch off. And then we're going to turn over and do the same on the other side. So pop that band back on, so it's above the knees. And come back into your side lying position. So again, bottom arm outstretched, resting your head on the towel, hips stacked one on top of the other, feet floated up, breath in, and then breathing out as we push into the band, breathing in as we control back down again. So try not to roll that top hip back. We're just going to do one more. And then again, we're going to keep the feet where they are, float that top knee to hip height and straighten the leg out. And we're going to do our little leg lifts and lowers. So we're breathing out as we come down, breathing in as we push up into the band. Good, we're just going to do 2 more. Bring those feet together and lower them down. And then we're going to do our little leg lifts on this side as well. So same position, breathing out, just gently pull the tummy in, floating the top leg up, breathing in as we control back down again. Again, if you want to challenge yourself, you can just hover that knee before you come back up. I'm going to do 1 more. And then just take that top leg out of the band. Straighten it away. We're keeping it hip height for our 10 little pulses. And then we're going to do our 10 little circles each way. So keep nice and lengthened through the leg. Reaching that toe away. And then when you're done, bring that knee out and have a little bit of a stretch off. So you're going to come onto your back, but I'm going to get you to keep that band around the knee. So put that leg back in, and you're going to have the band just above the knees again. We're going to do a little bit of bridge work. So you don't need your towel. Just nice neutral position on the floor with your feet hip distance apart. Relax through those shoulders. So we're going to do our bridge at level 1 to start with. So you should feel like you're just gently pushing out into the band to keep that band tensioned. Breath in, and then as you breathe out, we're going to just gently flatten into the floor. Scoop the tailbone as we peel up piece by piece off of the mat. So we're going to hold for that breath in at the top. Breathing out, think about softening through the breastbone as we peel all the way back down to the floor again. Breath in, breathing out, tilt that pelvis, flattening into the floor and peeling up. Breath in at the top, breathing out as we peel all the way back down again. And same again. So think about reaching those knees away as you come up to the top. Keeping that chin gently nodded nice and wide through the front of the collarbones. We're just going to do 1 more. And then this time we're going to change it slightly. So I'm going to get you to have both of your arms floated up, nice and soft through the shoulders. So this time I'm going to get you to peel up to that top bridge position. You're going to hold for a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to push both knees out into the band as you flow the arms over the head towards the far wall. Breathing in, we're going to come back up to the top. Breathing out, we're going to do a second arm movement. Breathing in as we come up, and then breathing out, bring those knees in and peel back down. So we're holding that bridge for 2 arm movements, keeping those knees pressed out to the side into the band. And then peeling piece by piece back down to the floor. So keep relaxed through the shoulders and the rib cage. Try not to let those hips drop as we float the arms back. We're going to just do one more. And then just grab both knees and pull them up towards the chest. Just have a little bit of a stretch out.